London, 1939. A storm is brewing over Europe. As Britain races to prepare for a possible war with Germany, a chilling report lands on the desk of British intelligence. It speaks of a new and terrifying German weapon, a beam capable of destroying aircraft at great distances. Stories of death rays had circulated throughout the 1930s, usually exaggerated fantasies or propaganda. But this time, something is different. The intelligence comes from credible sources, and German scientists are said to be working on secret high-frequency systems. For the British leadership, the prospect is alarming. If the Germans truly possess a beam weapon, they could wipe out the Royal Air Force before it even takes off, or bring down bombers mid-flight with surgical precision. In this tense moment, an unlikely figure steps into the spotlight. Reginald Victor Jones, a young physicist with a razor-sharp mind and a knack for seeing patterns others miss. Jones works in British intelligence, specifically in scientific analysis. His job, to reconstruct enemy capabilities from technical clues. He's given a daunting task to verify the reports of this alleged beam weapon. Jones begins gathering everything he can on German radio and radar technology. Patents, scientific papers, intelligence reports, even newspaper clippings. What he uncovers makes him sit up straight. Multiple German research institutes are developing powerful radio wave transmitters. Some of these projects have direct military backing. Others operate quietly in the background. And then Jones finds something particularly alarming. Along the North Sea coast, the Germans have built strange antenna arrays, large, evenly spaced, all pointing west. Jones suspects these are not weapons at all, but something far more strategic, a bomber navigation system, a network that would allow the Luftwaffe to strike Britain's cities with deadly accuracy, even at night or through fog. He lays out his theory. The Germans are transmitting two intersecting radio beams. A bomber flying along one beam stays on course by following audio cues. When it crosses the second beam, that's the signal. You're over the target. Release the bombs. Many officers dismiss the idea. To them, it sounds like science fiction. There's no proof such a system exists, but Jones is persistent. He knows German engineering, and he knows they've been working on navigation systems since the 1930s. In the fall of 1939, the first hard evidence appears. A German pilot gets lost over the North Sea and broadcasts uncoded messages. British listening stations intercept them. The coordinates he gives match the locations of the mysterious antennas. For Jones, this is the breakthrough. He convinces the Air Ministry to send out reconnaissance planes to detect the German beams. Sure enough, British aircraft pick up unusual radio signals at high altitude coming from northern Germany. The patterns match his predictions perfectly. A race against time begins. If the Germans deploy this system before the British can counter it, they'll be able to bomb London, factories, and ports with pinpoint accuracy, day or night. Jones proposes something bold. Don't destroy the system, deceive it. Instead of attacking the antennas, he wants to manipulate the signals, misleading the bombers without them realizing it. But to do this, he needs exact frequencies and a deep understanding of how the system works. While the British public endures the first air raids, Jones and a small team of scientists, radio operators, and engineers work day and night. They study every frequency, every signal, every shift. Then, one night, it happens. British stations detect a powerful radio signal exactly matching Jones's predictions. The proof is undeniable. The Germans are using their navigation system for real. Jones's team springs into action. Within hours, Britain begins setting up improvised jamming stations, later refined into a precise, nationwide network. Their mission, to interfere with German navigation beams just enough to mislead bomber crews without tipping them off. It's a brilliant but dangerous strategy. Jam too hard, and the Germans will realize their system is compromised. Jam too softly, and it won't work. It requires surgical precision in the invisible battlefield of the airwaves. The first operations are carried out in complete secrecy. As German bombers approach British cities under cover of night, British radio operators activate their jammers. The German beams are shifted ever so slightly, just enough to lead pilots astray. The results are astonishing. Entire bomber groups that were supposed to hit London drop their payloads miles off target, often in empty fields or even out at sea. In some cases, bombs fall harmlessly in rural areas, while German crews are convinced they've struck their objective dead on. For the British, this means fewer civilian deaths, less destruction, and valuable time to strengthen defenses. For the Germans, it's a mystery. Crews swear they followed the signals perfectly, yet their bombs keep missing. In Berlin, panic spreads among the engineers. They double-check the system, change frequencies, boost power, but Jones and his team stay one step ahead every time. Then the British take it further. Instead of just jamming, they begin broadcasting fake navigation beams to lure German bombers off course entirely. The technique is nicknamed meakening, a play on beacon, and misleading. British operators build dummy transmitters that mimic the German signals so convincingly that Luftwaffe crews can't tell the difference. The result? Bomber formations fly flawlessly, just not toward London. Instead, they head toward open countryside, forests, or coastlines far from their intended targets. Jones's work proves a crucial point. Modern warfare isn't just fought with guns and bombs, it's fought with intellect, deception, and technology. During the Battle of Britain, Jones's identity remains a closely guarded secret. Few outside the inner circle even know his name. But within British command, he becomes indispensable. Churchill himself praises Jones for his extraordinary analytical mind and his ability to read German technology long before it's deployed. Throughout the war, the Germans keep adapting their navigation systems. Jones's team keeps countering them, intercepting, analyzing, jamming, deceiving. It becomes a relentless duel in the invisible domain of radio waves. By the end of the campaign, one fact is clear. Without Reginald Victor Jones and his work, German bombing raids would have been far more devastating. Cities, factories, and ports might have been reduced to rubble with far greater precision. Instead, many attacks missed their targets entirely. Not by chance, but through the quiet brilliance of a physicist who turned the enemy's own technology against them. After the war, Jones becomes a pivotal figure in the emerging field of electronic intelligence. His methods lay the foundation for decades of signal interception and countermeasures. Though largely unknown to the public during the war, he later publishes his memoirs and reveals just how close Britain came to disaster and how science helped avert it. His story remains one of the best examples of how a sharp mind and a clever plan can neutralize a seemingly superior technology. An invisible weapon defeated by an invisible genius.